What is up, people? Today I will be reviewing Glass on Blu-ray and 4K, and I got that coming up for you guys next. So Glass literally just came out today as of this recording, and I already reviewed the movie when it came out in theaters. You can check out that review right over here. And before I get into the review here, let me know what you thought of this disc if you have checked it out yet. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this disc or what you thought of the movie itself when it was out in theaters. And if you like this video, I have a whole lot more for you, and I have a whole lot more coming up also. I get this content out all the time, so subscribe down here, and I will let you know when these videos come out. Like I said, I reviewed this when it was out in theaters, so that means I'm going to get straight into the video quality, starting off with the Blu-ray, just because that's where I always start off. This Blu-ray looks phenomenal, people, and that is just because of the fact that this was shot all digitally. And you know, whether you like or hate M. Night Shyamalan, he definitely has a artistic flair when it comes to his visuals that I have always enjoyed. I think he is just a very good visual filmmaker. The clarity here is unbelievable, and that is because of the fact that this is shot digitally. I don't think you can get more clarity than this release has. This is just top notch. And when you get into the detail here, the detail is really, really just great. Specifically with Sam Jackson and his wardrobe, you can see just all of the texturing that is on his wardrobe, and with his facial features and pores, with his crazy ass haircut in this movie, all of it is expertly done here, and it is a big step up from the Unbreakable Blu-ray that came out a while ago. There are sharp and crisp edges all throughout here, and there is no color bleeding, and some of the colors can be quite harsh at times when you are getting the more obvious, like, neon lights like in the comic book store that they show here. And you know, this isn't reference quality for me, but it is the next best thing. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And getting into the 4K copy here, this was actually given a 4K digital intermediate. So this is going to be looking pretty damn good. And when you're talking about movies that do have 4K digital intermediates, this is one of the best, I have to say. And that is because of the fact that the clarity here is just remarkable. It is a clear step up from the Blu-ray, more than you would expect, and man, you can see everything just so sharp and so crisp. The detail here is amped up. You can see every individual strand on everybody's face, and you know, texturing on clothing are it's just remarkable. Texturing of backgrounds and just all of the detail that is done here is just really excellent. Depth of field is largely stepped up here, and when you get into the HDR, I do wish that this would have Dolby Vision, but even so, this is still awesome. And that is because of the shadow details here and the way that the HDR helps out the black levels. This is just a beautiful, beautiful looking disc, especially when you get into the harsher lighting, when you're talking about in the comic book store, when you have the hero and villain signs that are in those comic book stores. All of those neon lights are just they just pop off the screen here, and they are just really, really well done, along with the more subtle coloring when you're talking about Mr. Glass's purple outfit that he has, and the yellow hues too. James McAvoy's clothing definitely stand out as well. This is just a really great standout 4K transfer. Reference quality material, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Whether you watch this in 4K or on Blu-ray, you get the same great Dolby Atmos mix. And this is one that I really didn't expect that much from, but it really did surprise me. A lot of the score here that I didn't really get that much from in the theaters is excellent and stepped up here. And that is because of the speaker separation that is on the Atmos mix is really unbelievable. And a lot of the odder elements to this score have excellent speaker separation. And I really did appreciate that here, along with the height speaker use. I didn't expect that much from these height speakers when it comes to this mix. This isn't a very action-heavy movie, but the score definitely utilizes the height speakers very well, and you can hear a lot of the raindrops above you throughout the film. And a lot of times when James McAvoy is crawling over your head, you can definitely hear that as well. And my only gripe here is that I did find the surrounds kind of soft. And that is not to say that I didn't hear anything from them, but I didn't get a punchiness to them. So that kind of makes the overall field of sound feel kind of limited, and that is why I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I still really liked this. I just wish that the back speakers got a little bit more of a workup, because I would have gave it a 10 out of 10. And when you're talking about the digital copy here, this is a Movies Anywhere digital copy, which means that you can download this in 4K on iTunes and on Vudu, or on any other service that is allowed through the Movies Anywhere service. And when you get into the special features here, all the special features are actually on the 4K disc as well, in 4K resolution. So what you have here is a whole lot of featurettes. And the first thing that I want to get into is that there are quite a bit of deleted scenes here. In the matter of fact, almost half an hour of deleted scenes. So this movie could actually have been a half an hour longer. Not that I would want it to be, but it could have been. And beyond that, you do get a featurette that goes into Shyamalan and what he wanted to do by bringing all of these three characters into one universe. And then you have quite a few featurettes that go into the fight scenes, actually, in the choreography. And then you actually get a short discussion with the composer, which I always like, and specifically because of the fact that I do like this score. And a lot of this actually is quite informative, and that is what you're going to get out of M. Night Shyamalan. You might not like his movies, but he definitely has a clear vision and a roadmap of where he wants to go. So he definitely breaks that down for you in these special features. I'm actually going to give this a 7 out of 10. This is pretty damn good stuff as far as special features goes. And when you're getting into my last looks at Glass, this movie was kind of troubling to me. It just wasn't what I wanted out of the conclusion to this universe that Shyamalan has created. A lot of this movie, I really had question marks about why characters were doing certain things. And then when you get to the end of it, you definitely see that all of the contrivances are just there to pull off the Shyamalan twists that he always wants to do. And I do find that really unfortunate, because it gets in the way of his storytelling time and time again. And even though other times it has been worse for me, it definitely kind of came in here. And if you did not watch my video review of Glass when it came out in theaters, I gave it a 6 out of 10. And when you get into my overall scores for the Blu-ray here, it comes out to a 31 out of 40, and the 4K copy comes out to a 32 out of 40. And that is largely, the difference is just because of the fact that they went the extra mile here as far as the HDR in 4K, so I had to give it that little extra nudge. And if you look up here, you will notice that nothing is there. And that is because I'm finally all caught up for you guys. So, as soon as Alien, Captain America Winter Soldier, and Civil War come out, I will be reviewing that for you guys. Trust me, I cannot wait. And so, if you can't wait also, I mean, who wouldn't be just chomping at the bit for all 3 releases? Comment down below. Let me know what you want out of all of those releases. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are awesome. I don't even need to say it because you know it. And I will see all of you next time.